but I wanted no part of the gilded prison in which my Aunt Alice and all the other society matrons resided. I glanced back out at the tossing ocean and realized the brine of Newport, of rocky, resolute Aquidneck Island, also ran through my veins to mingle with the blood of the Commodore, that first stubborn Vanderbilt who had set out to build an empire. So yes, I was a Vanderbilt, but I was also a Newporter born and raised, salty, sturdy, and fiercely independent. Thus assured, I picked my way over my shaggy lawn. I really needed to purchase a new goat since poor Gertie had died last spring, toward Gull Manor, the house my equally independent Aunt Sadie had left to me in her will. She would be proud of me today. She would approve. Yes, there. I wished Derek Andrews well, always, but I'd made the right decision. For me, and in all likelihood, for him as well. The jangling of the telephone startled me as I neared the open windows. Knowing there were others at home, I didn't run to answer the device, installed months earlier at my Uncle Cornelius's generous insistence. I sighed. As independent as I liked to be, sometimes it was easier to accept my relative's largesse, rather than argue a case I'd likely lose in the end anyway. If my illustrious extended family was happy to provide little luxuries I couldn't afford, who was I to deprive them of that satisfaction? As I said, I didn't run to answer the ringing summons. It had been reverberating all morning, not for me, but for my half-brother, who was temporarily staying with me. Friends and acquaintances, some of them barely known to us, had been calling almost non-stop, congratulate Brady on being released from jail the day before. He'd been accused of murdering Uncle Cornelius's financial secretary on the night of our cousin Gertrude's coming-out ball at the Breakers. But Derek and I had discovered the true culprit, even as the police had been preparing to ship Brady off to Providence for trial. That is what had brought Derek and me together. But that, friends, is not a story I care to revisit. I was surprised, therefore, when Brady held the ear trumpet out to me the moment I entered the house. He raised a hand to cover the ebony mouthpiece protruding from the oaken call box. "There you are, Em. Thought you'd run off to elope with Derek." He waggled his pale eyebrows at me. Less than 24 hours out of his prison cell, and the color had already returned to his cheeks, the mischievous sparkle to his eye. His sandy blonde hair fell in a rakish disarray across his brow, and he wore neither suit coat nor collar, his shirt sleeves rolled up to his elbows. Somehow, Brady managed to wear his dishabille with a relaxed, thoughtless style that men often envied and women found delightful. It seemed no matter what happened to Brady, the good, the bad, and the drunkenly disastrous, he somehow emerged unscathed and unjaded, unchanged from the boy I'd grown up adoring. But on this particular day, I was in no mood for his teasing. "I don't wish to talk to anyone," I answered wearily. "Whoever it is, tell them I'll return their call later." I dragged myself toward the parlor, where Nanny O'Neill, my housekeeper and surrogate grandmother, would embrace me briefly in her pudgy arms and pour me a cup of tea. He extended the earpiece as far as the wire would allow. "It's Cousin Consuelo, and she sounds a bit frantic." I frowned, but didn't question him. Instead, I moved to switch places with him in the alcove beneath the stairs, waited for Brady to make his way back into the parlor, and spoke into the mouthpiece. "Consuelo? It's lovely to hear from you, dearest. We missed you at Gertrude's ball. Emmeline, I don't have much time. I need you. Can you come over right away?" "What is it? Is something wrong?" I cringed at my stupid question. Consuelo's parents, William and Alva Vanderbilt, were recently divorced. Quite the scandal of the moment. They'd been bickering for years, and there were rumors of lovers on both their parts. The two younger sons had been at boarding school and were now with relatives on Long Island, so they missed the worst of it. But poor Consuelo had been caught in the middle like a doll fought over by two recalcitrant children, each tugging on an arm until the seams...